2021's here, so I'm starting off a new grind now. A couple of days ago I started on the assault rifles. I already had the M4 one done, so I continued doing the AK. The AK was half done when I went back to the assault rifles, and the reason for that is that I started doing the launchers, as you all know, so I dropped everything that I was doing to get those rocket launchers done. Like, I'm trying to remember that when I first started the AK, man, it was good. I really don't know what's happened, man. I think I've just been spoiled by the sniper rifles and everything else that I've enjoyed. But the AK is a good gun, man, to be fair. Look, it is one of the best ARs in the game. Look, there is a couple more that I would choose over the AK, but it's definitely one of the best. I mean, I've seen, a couple of days ago, man, that this has been banned in the competitive scene. Like, the pros, they've done like a gentleman's agreement that the AK47 should be banned in competitive, along with the first pistol, which is crazy, man, but the damage range on the first pistol is insane. So in all fairness, like, for the pros to ban a weapon in their scene, it must be good, you know what I mean? Like, because there's a reason behind why things are being banned, like, so you can't, like, you're limited to using, like, certain stuff. But for me, like, I use the AK with a scope, like a red dot, I think it was the mill stop. I will throw the class up in a sec. I do see a lot of people using this with, like, Ironsights. Now, usually, I always run Ironsights on most guns if the Ironsights are clear. That's how I prefer playing. But on the AK, this year, man, it's like I had to sort of use a scope. And I'm glad I did, but I understand why people do use the Ironsights, because they can be clear for certain people, but for me, not really. The QBZ on the other hand, look, I love the Ironsights on that, and some people might not like it. For me, I really like it on the QBZ, but on the AK, I had to put a scope on. But as always, man, I will show you the class like I always do. You have to ignore the perks and stuff on this one, because this is just a class what I make just to show off the attachments that I use to unlock gold on the gun. So the scope is the mill stop, as I always use on most guns. I have changed that up a bit recently on the assault rifles. The groove suppressor, the barrel is the last barrel, which is the RPK barrel. Targeting, spotlight, visibility. I have to use this on everything, man. I struggle otherwise. Magazine is the groove clamp, because I just like how, like, the reload seems quicker than the last one, even though you get, like, gain an extra 20 bullets. The fast reload, it's, I mean, movement's easier for me. Well, that's for me, like. But I will say, man, with this, I don't know if you boys have noticed this, what's going on with this. Like, I had to go back and unlock one challenge. I did the AK, got it gold, and I was going through everything else. And, like, I checked and I thought, oh, that's weird. It's gold's not unlocked on the AK. There's a bug still in this game, man, where I had to go back and do a cover kill just to unlock the gold. Like, I literally had to do it about 10 minutes before I made this video. And stuff that's so annoying. Like, you've already got the gold and you have to go back and do it again. It's like, oh, you know. But I will say, look, I went back and I did the cover kill on this gun, and took the scope off, and I replaced that with, like, a grip. And even though the recoil isn't so bad on the AK, that does, like, the grip does help. But the Ironsights are nice, man, on this. So with this class that I've showed you, if you do need to, if you don't like using the scopes, remove the mill stop and put a grip on it. And the grip, I think, spec SNAS grip, maybe. I think that's the one. It helps with the recoil on both horizontal and vertical. I probably will be saving this one as one of my fight looks. Once I've done the camo grind, I do want to put together a video, quite a long video, about like my favourite guns in this game, because, like I said, man, everybody's is different. This is what I like about doing these videos. People say to me, try this attachment on there. But to me, that's not people judging my class setups, you know what I mean? Like, I'll take that into consideration, and I will try the attachment what people recommend to me, man, because if it's going to make the gun better, that's better for me at the end of the day. But you guys know the process now of how I do my videos and how I do things. Like I said, man, assault rifles, everybody's going to probably do this, because the camos are quite simple to do, man. It's like the cover kills are probably the hardest ones, really, and that's just, I just see them now, you just kill somebody that's behind a wall or in a window, you get it every single time. But going back to what, like, it being banned in the competitive scene, like, it's a good gun, like, don't get me wrong, man, but for it to be banned, it's, I don't know, man, maybe I'm using it wrong or something, man, because I've noticed the assault rifles, they all seem pretty nicely balanced. Like, apart from SMGs, man, SMGs for me in the lobbies that I get, they seem to be, like, dominant in this game. Snipers and SMGs, And I've slowly seen LMGs creeping in there, man. I'm seeing a lot of like LMG players now. Even like they've even got diamond and gold, and them still using like the stoner, especially the stoner. There's a lot of people like using them. But then again, you have to take it into consideration that I play a lot of combine arms, which is a bigger base mode. So LMGs, I'm quite dominant in combine arms. So have a look at the class, man. Let me know that like what your class was on the AK47, because I am interested to see people's different classes on the guns, because I know there is some people who do change things up a lot. I've seen some people using some mad attachments in the lobbies that are getting, and it's like, oh, I thought I'd never ever use that, and they seem to be quite good with them. It's crazy, like the mix-up at the moment. What it's like. I'm not talking about the DMR zone. Do you know what I mean? Like that is crazy. I honestly don't think I've ever seen a stronger meta weapon in the game. I say meta weapon, man, the gun is just completely broken. That it's not even meta, it's just broke. It's just way too strong. I mean, it's enjoyable to use on people who are using it on you. And you know that you've got the killer neighbours using the gun as well, and you just feels like, oh, you know what I mean, I've got you. You're just trying to kill me with that DMR, but I killed you instead, so I'll suck my feet. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But in all seriousness, man, that does need fixing. There's no variety in Warzone in the current state, man. It is incredible. DMR, Dimatis or Mac 10, it's insane. I have never seen anything like it. But as always, man, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, I want to thank all the people who comment on my videos and like the videos and take the time out to interact with me, man. It means a lot, it really does. I said this before, like last year, which was like 5 days ago. I love interacting, man, and seeing my views and going up, and it's just great, man. It's a great feeling. Keep your eyes out for the M4 video. I was going to drop the M4 video before the AK, but I noticed that the AK has been banned in competitive, so I thought I'd put this one out. So yeah, man, nice one.